we talked about data aggregation and its importance for crypto and trading, be able to see the price. I feel like Unstoppable in terms of how we look at NFT domains is almost a data aggregator for your Web3 identity, if I can stretch that association there. But what do you see the value in NFT? Why do you see value in NFT domains? You mentioned it a little bit earlier in terms of usernames on socials, but really for that Web3 identity, data, your on and off chain associated to your NFT domain, the user experience. What's eye catching for you there?
Yeah, I think there's so many things representing ourselves in the digital realm these days. A lot of them are some sort or another, some one way or another, a form of identity for us. And as I mentioned, all these identities, they're very centralized. There is no way for us to kind of trade or sell or have control of our identity. Having a decentralized way of controlling our identity is an interesting method. And I think there are multiple different approaches to building upon the decentralized identity. And I think the Unstoppable Domains is just one of the approaches that are being built upon to kind of bring us to the Web3 version of decentralized identity. Obviously, the hard part with decentralized identity is integration and usage. The provider that has the largest usage, the largest network effect will probably have the largest market share, and we have the largest demand. And I think this UD has some sort of advantage. Obviously, there are multiple different competitors in the space. I think the verdict is still out there on whether this will be a winner-take-all market or kind of an oligopolistic market where there will be a few key players in the space. I think it's hard to imagine this being a winner-take-all market in a sense that just like how there are, usernames for Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and so on, I think there will be the same case as well in the decentralized identity space. And there will be multiple different use cases for multiple different decentralized identity. I think each player will have to find their own unique niche use cases and kind of build upon those advantages that they have. So I think it's very interesting, and we're starting to see like every single layer one chains building its own identity as well. On Ethereum, there's ENS. On Solana, there's Solana Name Service, and Avalanche, Tezos, and so on. It's quite interesting seeing how every single chain is building their own decentralized identity, which makes sense because, representing a wallet in a string of 0x addresses isn't really very human friendly. And it's the same for internet, right? I mean, we don't go around like typing, hey, visit my website on this IP address 51.43. I don't know, whatever, right? Everybody goes like google.com, facebook.com, Yahoo, CoinGecko.com, for example. We don't really see that in the wallet identity yet, but maybe people at some point we will choose. I think what's going to happen as well is large providers integrating with decentralized identity and kind of making this more mainstream. So I think Coinbase has done some interesting stuff. They're kind of giving out ENS names for each of their for everyone creating
their subdomains,
subdomains on there. I think Argent has something similar as well. I think every single provider may kind of bring up something along that line via integrations with larger players. So I know you guys have done some with certain wallets as well, and everyone who's created a blockchain.com wallet, for example, I believe has a UD domain, for example. So I think it's just a matter of time. All these things going to go mainstream. We will be representing our wallets via human readable forms, I suppose.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that take from you in terms of you feel like if we're all going to have a crypto wallet, then we're all going to need a NFT domain, and what provider that is, more up for discussion than the fact that NFT domains are going to be something that is mainstream. I think that's one of the most important NFT use cases that we're going to see over the next couple of years for sure. But one thing to your point of seeing a lot of different L1 chains starting to come up with their own naming services, it's interesting to see because if we do have a multi-chain world, which it seems like is something that you're tracking specifically by making sure that you're following all the different chains across NFTs and whatnot, that's not the most user-friendly way to have a name that can only work on a certain chain, right? So it's one of the reasons I like the decision at Unstoppable to be chain agnostic, and just it integrated the ability to work with Solana. Obviously, we work on Ethereum and Polygon. So seeing that support expand, I think, will be a big differentiator for us for sure. And you are correct. We are working with a lot of wallets to provide free NFT domains when you sign up, blockchain.com being one of the standout examples.
You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the metaverse.